So I flew from Rio de Janeiro to Ezeiza International Airport in Argentina today, and it wasn't straightforward. I had booked my flight, and then I tried to add a luggage, and it just didn't allow because my cards are UK based, and because I was in Buenos Aires, Rio de Janeiro, it didn't allow me. So when I went to check in, that time I noticed that time it was noticed that my name doesn't appear, and then it turned out because I had not paid something like $20, which I couldn't pay because of my UK-based card, my reservation didn't appear. Then she asked me to pay for whatever $20 for my luggage, and then my reservation appeared, and then I flew to Argentina. The first thing I tried to do after landing in the airport is to get the SIM card, and there was one place I had to return internet where the SIM card is available, but that place is now closed unfortunately, so I couldn't get a SIM card. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to get Uber because this airport Ezeiza is about 20 kilometers from my hotel, which is in the center of Buenos Aires, and it's going to cost me something like I will say 16 pounds, to reach center of Buenos Aires. So I'm going to take an Uber now and go to the center of Buenos Aires.
So I'm approaching one of the most famous landmark in Buenos Aires, which is Plaza de Mayo. So that is Krishna Cultural Center. That's a nice view of city of Buenos Aires. It's just one side. It's not the whole city. Let's enter to the museo and surrounding area. This place is also one of the most well-known landmarks. It's called Republic. I've seen in these areas like Argentina and Brazil, there will be at least one place called Republic which will be quite famous. So that's the area around Republic. This Recoleta Cemetery is it's got majority of the places have got some of the best known sort of structures, I would say, with the cross, Jesus Christ on top, and this is how it looks like. The entry to this place is something like 8 pounds, I would say, so it's expensive. I would say I just came from Brazil and it was quite bargain. That's again Recoleta Cemetery. Just around Recoleta Cemetery, there's a nice park, and we can take a nice walk, and they call it tourist circuit, as seeing all the photos. This is the cultural center for Recoleta, and that is called Feria something, monument or whatever, Independence or something. Just next to the Recoleta Cemetery. That's a view from the close-up. surrounding Recoleta Cemetery. It's not exactly surrounding Recoleta. You would walk about 15 minutes further. Again, that's one of the many monuments and statues or whatever it may be called here in Argentina, Buenos Aires. This is a monument, Aristobal de Val, whatever it is called in Spanish. It's just next to the Republica Park in Buenos Aires. That's another monument, and it says Colonel Francis of Argentinian nation. So that's his monument, Colonel Francis. And that's just very near to Republic Park or Recoleta Cemetery. Not very near. From Recoleta Cemetery is about 20 minutes walk. And that's the building of Teatro Colón. I'm going to go there in a couple of minutes. This area is just behind Teatro Colón. I tried to go in, and they say that today's tickets are full, and so you have to book tickets. So I went to the box office and asked them, I said, can I book for this particular date? They're saying no. If you want to book for some other dates, which is not today, then you have to go online. When I went online, it was all Spanish or some other language, and I found it difficult. Somehow I found out that you have to register by going on some other website, something like that, and I registered and I put my password, and then I went in, and then it worked. So I booked to go out on 29, 10 o'clock in the morning. This is again one of the most famous landmark in Buenos Aires, which is El Latino, and this one was earlier theater and is now converted into the bookshop. I'm going to go in now. So this was earlier theater, now converted into the bookshop. It looks so nice. So now I'm walking towards a place called Galerios Pacifico. As you can see in the just behind the bus stand. It's also one of the most sort of well-known landmark, I will say, in Buenos Aires. So I'm going to go there in the next couple of minutes. So that's the Gallery of Pacifico. It's more like a departmental store, and there are sort of international brands here for the clothing and footwears and that kind of stuff. And it's got really nice internal architecture, I will say.
So just in Teatro Colón, and they didn't allow me to take videos, and I was just allowed to take only photos. It also, I paid something like some 5,000 Buenos Aires, which is I would say about 10 pounds, 20 pounds, sorry, at the official exchange rate, and that's too high. So how do we get around this? So I heard him saying that if you book a ticket, for this theater, it can be as low as something like 1,000, Buenos Aires, so which is equivalent to about 4 pounds. So I suggest, instead of going in for this kind of thing, which is costing you 20 pounds, if you get a ticket, go for this cheapest one and just go around, and you will be able to take videos. I think no one will be able to stop you there. So I think that's the best way out, instead of spending 20 pounds for this visit to Teatro Colón. It's the magnificent structure of
Plaza del Congreso. And it doesn't come up as a tourist attraction in the top 10 probably. I'm surprised because it's quite nice surrounding place. And there's just behind this is also Plaza de Marino or something. Yeah, I got it right. And that is Plaza de Marino. Yeah. Looks like it is closed for the visitors. This area is called Plaza de Mayo. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. I always pronounce based on how it is spelled. And I don't know whether it can be seen, but just behind the trees is the dome. I have to see what that building is. So yeah, in the frame now is cathedral, and that's next to Plaza de Mayo. So this pink colored building that is coming in the film is a presidential palace, and I think there are some tours available, so I'm going to go and see if I can go for one. This is something that is quite typical in Buenos Aires, that when you start walking looking for one tourist attraction, you find too many. And this is a basilica, and it looks like it's quite famous because it's all crowded. That's why it turned in. And yeah, I see there's a tourist guide who's explaining everything to other tourists. That's the cathedral, and I think it is Sunday Mass as well.
Tuvimos el grito de los ramos.
That's the right hand side of cathedral.
So I'd indicated that one will be able to save almost about 50% when in Buenos Aires, and that is because of the capital control that they have. So if you carry hard cash like US dollars or British pounds, you'll be able to exchange it at much higher rate, almost twice. Now, if you don't carry cash, there is another workaround: is go to Western Union website and then get the money from your country. Let us say you are in USA or United Kingdom. So transfer the money from there for cash collection, and then what you do is that you go to any shop in Buenos Aires, which is Western Union shop, and then pick your cash, and you will notice that you have received twice as much. Like for example, the official exchange rate of the pound that time was that today is about 250, but when I received it by Western Union, I got something like 490. So that's the difference. This is how you can double your money in Buenos Aires if you want to spend your money. So one of the places where you go is Cal, Florida, and the video will follow in next couple of seconds.
This is Florida Cal, as they call. It's a pedestrian street, and on this street you will hear words like cambio. Cambio is exchange. Yeah, you can hear, see them. So they are the guys who give you this blue dollar, and that's where you can exchange your money. So I was saying about option in Argentina, how you can save money, and this was the option that I was saying. One of the options I will say. So the official dollar exchange rate is something like 205 today in the year 2023. I'm talking about April 2nd. And if you come here and you speak to these guys who are doing this, shouting cambio, cambio, I expect you will get something like 350. Now that will be a shocker. The reason why they give you that kind of rate is because capital controls on the currencies. And that's the reason the unofficial rate is a lot higher than one can imagine. It is almost 50% discount. So if you are coming to Argentina, try to bring dollars in cash, $100 kind of thing. One of the things that you have to be very careful is exchanging only the dollars that you need, because re-exchanging it back to dollars is going to cost you a lot of money. So you lose the exchange rate benefit that you just earned. So let us say you are expecting you're going to spend about 40,000 pesos, exchange only about $100. And then you wait till those pesos are finished and then going for another exchange for another $100 like that, and pay everywhere in cash. So that you will save something like 50% on your expenses here in Buenos Aires, Argentina, or anywhere.
So I tried majority of the Indian restaurants in Buenos Aires, and they're quite nice, and the taste is very good. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how they serve basically in Indian restaurants in Buenos Aires. So in Argentina, typically you're served some kind of chutney if you go to Indian restaurants, along with a naan bread. This comes as free, it's not a main dish, and it's almost like papadam that you get back in the UK along with the chutney. So these are how the starters are in Argentina. Not starters, but yeah. Visit to Buenos Aires is incomplete without watching tango dance, which is quite famous. So I booked a ticket for Teatro Piazzolla on Florida Cal, which is Florida Avenue in Buenos Aires. So I'm going to go there in a couple of minutes. That's the museum in the palace, which is on the 7th floor. A small museum.
So from almost top of this Galacia Barolo, you get a nice view of Buenos Aires city. And that's just one side. That's really a nice view of Parliament and surrounding area of Buenos Aires. That's a view from the third angle of Buenos Aires city.
Okay, this panoramic view, and over there, the trees, and also the end of the avenue, we can see the Casa Rosada.
So that's the lighthouse, huh? It's on top of this, and there is more. That's the view of this magnificent structure from the 13th floor. That is Palacio Barolo. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. And that is the Congress House. So there's lifts that were built in ancient times. You see the kind of clock kind of thing over it, indicating the floor it is on. And then this is the replica. This is not the original one. The original one was stolen and broken into the pieces. And that's the structure at the ground floor. To see all this that I'm reviewing now, you don't need to buy a ticket. It's just free.